Hi, how you
Hey,
doing?
all right. The Zoom platform. I was a little shaky on that.
That's all right. All good. Thank you for giving me some of your time today.
No problem, man. I'm easy.
Thank you. I can jump straight into it. I mean, at least going from your IMDb, as far as I can see, you didn't have any acting credits before this. So, I mean, how do you end up being cast in a Adam Sandler film with a 20 million budget?
Oh, you want to hear the story?
Yeah, yeah,
It's hilarious. Okay. I'm in the laborers union, New York City, Local 79. And I was a flag man on a project in Staten Island. That means I'm outside the project and I bring in all their trailers, all their deliveries. I'm like their first line of defense for the project. So on this particular day, we were bringing in concrete. So I'm bringing in concrete. I'm bringing my cement trucks around. It's an active job because there's a lot of traffic
yeah.
involved. So it's like, it becomes the Thomas Kominik show. So this girl came over to me and she says, listen, I've been watching you for a couple of minutes. Would you mind if I talk to you? And I said, I'm a little busy right now. She goes, oh, that's no problem. I'll wait. So she walked across the street. She hung out for about 45 minutes. And then I got a little bit of downtime and I called her over. So she introduced herself and she said that she was a scout for a casting agency. So I said, sure, what do you want to know? So, we start talking and this and that. And then she's asking me what we're doing at the project, what I do on my, free time. So, it's a little odd that this stranger is asking me questions. So she goes, would you mind if I take a video of you? So I said, no problem. I'm easy, no problem.
Yeah.
Takes the video. So after the video, she goes, listen, you got to give me your phone number because when my boss sees this, she's definitely going to want to meet you. So I said, no problem. I gave her my number. So a couple of days later, some lady named Jennifer Vendetti called me. So I have no idea who this lady is. She's like a shop caller in the movie industry. She's a casting agent. So the first words out of my mouth to this lady was, listen, lady, if this is some sort of scam to get money out of me for headshots or acting lessons, I don't want no part of it. I make a good living in the laborers union. She went, Thomas, we're a legitimate casting agency. I saw your video. I'd like to meet you. Can you come in for an interview? And I said, sure. And it just, I went a couple of days later. It was on a Thursday and it was like 90 degrees outside. So I called my wife and I go, listen, I really don't want to go all the way from Staten Island on the ferry to go meet this lady. It's freaking 90 degrees out. I want to go deposit my check in the bank, go to the gym, and then go home and sit in the air conditioner. My wife goes, Tom, just go over there and see what she wants.
Yeah.
So I went over there and it all just sort of snowballed. It began like if I never had any luck in my life, I got it all in like a couple of days.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it was the first role I saw for yourself, the first role for Keith Richards, and the first role I think for Julia Fox as well. So they must have been just on the hunt for new people.
Well, I'll tell you, it's I did a pretty good audition, and wait, where'd you go?
You disappeared.
Sorry about that.
There you go.
All right, I'm sorry about that. I did a pretty good audition. Oh, you want to hear about the audition?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now I go and I meet this lady. Okay. Now I'm in my work clothes. I guess I'm a little a little tired. I've got some sunburn. Yeah. I'm in my work clothes. And she starts saying, she goes, tell me about yourself, Tom. So I start talking about motorcycles, what I do for a living. And then she goes, do you like music? I go, my God, I love music. Music is such a big part of my life. I go, you want me to sing a song? And she Dutch. And I go, she goes, which song are you going to sing for me? Like I was going to sing her a jerk off song. I go, how about I sing I Want to Make It With You by Brett. It's one of the sweetest love songs ever sang. And she looked at me. She goes, you could sing that song? So I sang her that song. I blew her mind. And then she gives me the scenario for the audition. I was going to be some muscle for a loan shark. I was going to go into a jewelry store. This other fella, his name was Andrew, another casting agent. He was going to be Adam Sandler. And I was going to go into this jewelry store and try to get money that he owes my boss, that he's been delayed on his payments. So she goes, go outside, think about what you're going to do, and come back in and do it. I said, I can do it right now. She went, go outside, think about it for a couple of minutes. I did it. And I did a very good interview. I think I did one of the best interviews, the best auditions this lady has ever seen. It all just snowballed from there, you know.
So you knew early doors that it was a Adam Sandler film, because that's got to put a bit of pressure on, hasn't it?
Yes. When I got to meet Jennifer Vendetti, when I went there that Thursday after work, that's what I knew what it was.
Lovely. No pressure then.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah. I was having a look, and so did it kind of transition quite easily then? Because I imagine if you've never done something like that before, your first day on set has got to be pretty daunting to go into something like that.
Well, this is it. You know, it's me and Keith are, you know, he was in the carpenters. We worked pretty much in the side-by-side type of trades. I had never met him before, but we automatically became friends. He's actually now, he's like my best friend in the world, because if you look at the synchronicity of what happened to the both of us at the same time, me and this guy just chimed. We did a lot of the scenes in the movie in take, but we did it several times so that the Safdie brothers could have variety. We would walk away from doing a scene and scratching our heads saying, what the fuck was that? And they loved it. It was amazing how me and this fella that I just met from outer space just chimed. It was really remarkable. It was a remarkable experience. I think for the both. I think I could speak for you. It was a remarkable experience.
Yeah, because I watched the film again last night, and I loved the film. I think I watched it just when like the first lockdown came in England, and I watched it then, and I loved it then. I've always loved Adam Sandler, and it was cool to see him do something different. And
Adam Sandler, he's a work of art. I was a little intimidating meeting such a fellow. You know, this guy, you know, he's made, you know, how much stage time does this guy have? I mean, he's like a public. He was one of the nicest guys I ever met in my life. It was sort of freaky. I mean, everybody I met, the Safdie brothers, Idina Menzel was such a nice lady. I have a nice picture of her, me and her in makeup. Everybody that had something to do with this movie, I said, where are these people from? They're from like Happy. It was weird. They were just regular, genuine, good people. It was such an honor to be a part of something like that. You know, it was really cool. You know?
Yeah, because we've spoken to a few people that have done Adam Sandler films, like some of the directors and things like that as well. And it's refreshing to hear just how nice he is, because when you're a fan of someone like that, you worry that there might not be.
What a fella. Geez, I have a picture of him and my wife, right? And you could tell when someone's making a bullshit smile.
Yeah.
Just a genuinely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty sick, you know. I'm sure if I ever ran into him in the street, it would be gravy. It would be beautiful running into him again.
Across the runtime, you throw Sandler in a fountain, you dangle him out of a window, you choke him in the back of a car. So he must have been almost sick of the sight of you by the end of it.
Well, you know, he didn't use any standards for any of that. The scene where, now I'm not an actor. I would like to be. I've been on some auditions after, but I haven't gotten anything. But you know, maybe something wrong. But when I was in the back seat and I was yoking them out, I didn't know that in movie world you could just hold somebody and it can look like they're choking them. I was really choking them. He had to hit her on the roof of the truck and he was such a nice guy. I felt so bad. I was rubbing his head and telling him, Mr. Deeds, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to choke. I called him Mr. Deeds.
Because that's what I was going to say. I remember that I think they used one of the stories when they were trying to promote the film, and they were like, Adam Sandler nearly got choked out on the set of the film. So there we go. That wouldn't be a good one to have your name attached to.
Yeah. So at least I didn't shoot him at the end.
No. Yeah. Well, right in the final scenes of the film, your character, alongside a couple of others, is almost like stuck in that lobby between the jewelry shop. And I wondered how claustrophobic that was in there and how long you were stuck in there for at any one time.
Well, I think it probably took us about, I guess, from the time we were locked out, I think it was about 45 minutes. We were just sitting in there while Adam Sandler was like doing outside. But I think that all of that footage in the movie was pretty much done in one take. As soon as Adam was in charge of the movie, he did what he had to do. And then they opened the door. Keith came out, shot Adam Sandler, scuffled around with Eric Bogasian. And then we, proceeded to rob the jewelry store.
Yeah.
It's all done in one take.
Why?
In one shot. The fountain scene.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm in the laborers union. I'm good at paying attention to instruction. I'm like, if you map out some sort of a plan and we get a plan, that we're gonna go forward. I'm very good at that. So me, the stunt man and the stunt coordinator got together. They told me exactly how we were gonna pull back, set, and we were gonna go together. I did that scene in one take, which was, I guess, it was probably cost sufficient for the Safety brothers.
Yeah.
So all these people are involved in the lighting. Now they're working off the sun with the lighting and all this stuff. And I did it in one take. It was like the Tommy Kominik moment. It was like mine.
Yeah.
Really wicked, one shot. And it was so important to get it right because there was two suits. One the stuntman was wearing, that was wet. And then the one that Adam Sandler was wearing, that was dry. So if we didn't get this right, they would have been, oh my God, this would have been a whole big what to do.
Yeah.
It all just chimed. It all just worked out. It was beautiful.
That's great, because for such a intense film, it sounds like it was kind of the opposite of that when you were filming it. And so you probably couldn't have had a better team to work with.
It was, it's like I said, me and Keith just chimed.
Yeah.
Sandler, you know what it is? Adam Sandler and Eric Bogasian, these people are lead actors in the field. They were very open to working with two other fellas, Keith and myself, that had no acting experience.
Yeah.
Which that made, I guess, me and Keith's performance a lot easier because we had these two fellas that were seasoned actors welcome us with open arms. So it was very comfortable. It was I guess it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Simply because of the people we were working with welcomed us into their world.
Yeah.
You know.
And I guess one of the things you were maybe thinking about the whole time of filming is you do get this premiere at the end of it, and I wonder what that experience was like, because I imagine that made me more nerve-wracking than actually doing the filming.
Well, let me just start by saying it was raining that day. My doorbell with an umbrella. So me and my wife wouldn't get wet. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we went, it was a big SUV, and we picked up Keith and his wife, and we went to Lincoln Center. And, now there's the red carpet, but ours was blue. And there was all photographers there. Now, for me and Keith, me and Keith are like, we're like gods of nature, and we had no problem jumping into this. It was very comfortable. And I guess, we did an interview each, and, we proceeded down the line, and then we watched the movie. It was for me and my wife, I got to tell you, it was an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah. Was there anything that you filmed that didn't make it into the movie that maybe you were waiting for, or did pretty much everything that you filmed get in the final cut?
Well, no, they used everything I was in. They used They used that. When me and my wife were seated together, my wife kept on saying, "Look, there you are again." And when my mom went to go see the movie on Christmas Day, she lives out in Florida. My mom kept on telling my sister that took her to the movie, "Look, there he is again."
It's a good experience then. So do you say if you get the chance, then you'll definitely want to do something like that again?
Oh, sure I would. Sure. I like I said, as a construction worker, I'm on a job. So I'm going to work my best to, to make the project a success. It would be this. I would take that to any project I would do in the movie world or whatever I was actually, graced to get. I would do my best. And, I guess with the grace of God, whether that's going to happen or not, that's all in the future. But, if it does, it does. We'll see what happens,
Yeah. And just finally, I wondered what it was like if you were in any of the times with Kevin Garnett. Actually, I believe you've ever seen together. And I wondered what he was like because, again, he's someone that was completely new to doing the acting as well.
First of all, Kevin Garnett is probably one of the greatest basketball players that ever played basketball. And I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame yet or he's going into the Hall of Fame, the NBA. So he was like sort of a god on the set. You know what it takes to be an NBA basketball player?
Yeah, I like watching it over here. Yeah.
I mean, it's like a shot in it. It's like a shot, and you got to be very, very good. And of course, Kevin Garnett, he's I don't know if he's Hall of Fame or he's gonna be, but this is a fella that played basketball at the highest caliber on planet. So to be a part of something that had to do with somebody like that, and Adam Sandler and Eric Bogasian and Idina Menzel, who just has one of the nicest voices next to Barbara Streisand and Karen Carpenter. I mean, and then here I am. Keith, we're in the mix of all this. And all these big people of the planet are letting us into their world. It was beautiful. They were just very, well, I would love to do it again.
Yeah. Are you a basketball fan? Are you a fan of...
Oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't tell Kevin Garnett to his face, but I'm a Knicks fan. I'm actually a Patrick Ewing fan. I'm a Knicks fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I support the Knicks over here, so
well, I'm also a fan of anybody that's great at what they do for a living. Yeah. So I'm a Kevin Garnett fan, a 100, of course.
I read that at first when they wrote the script, they were trying to have it be Amari Stoudemire in there, and they were going to have it be the Knicks rather than the Celtics.
Well, what I thought they wanted Kobe Bryant.
That would be great.
That's right. What a suffering loss that was.
Yeah.
But I guess, like I said, the synchronicity of how everything just slid into place, and the way I guess the Safdie brothers have a very good eye and they have a very good judgment of character, but to position everybody.
Yeah.
And movie. So you really have to credit Ben Safdie and John for having eye or that ear or that sense of saying, yes, this is our man or this is our woman. We use that, But you really have to give, and also you have to give a lot of credit to Jennifer Vendetti. Yeah. Because that said, all right, check this guy out. Maybe these people are good for you. And it was just the synchronous, how everything just snowballed. And it was an honor to be a part of something like that. I mean, if I never make a movie again, I'm still going to always say that was like a pretty cool experience.
Yeah. Have you watched it back since? Is it something that you'd watch if it came on?
I watch it all the time. Well, I haven't seen Uncut Gems as much as I've seen Rocky, but I've watched it a bunch of times.
I'd be doing the same in your shoes.
Of course.
Well, thank you so much for giving me some of your time today. I really appreciate it.
No problem. listen, if you ever want to do anything again, and just, we're friends now. So, you
Yeah,
got my.
absolutely. Oh, yeah, definitely.
It was a pleasure meeting you.